How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And 1985 was a good year. 1985 gave us the NES. It was released in the States in 1985 officially. Well, Super Mario was. And that's from, kind of feels like when the US rollout really started. But, Crush Groove came out in 1985. A lot of y'all don't know what Crush Groove is. You might be too young for Crush Groove, or you don't care about hip-hop movies. Crush Groove was a great movie. That's not for this website, though. Anyway, 1985 also gave us today's game. It was another point in history where Atari games they did a whole bunch. They had a whole lot of cool stuff, experimental stuff, in arcades with their name on it. And this game was interesting because the controls involved bike handlebars. So yeah, you probably already know what today's game is. It got ported to a number of different platforms, a number of different computers, and eventually, around 1988, I want to say, it got ported to the NES. And the NES port was handled by some company called East Ridge Technology. I don't know who they are or who they are or if they're even around anymore, but they did a good job on this port. Today, we're going to take a look at the NES port of Paperboy. Now, Paperboy is a simple concept. You play as a paperboy, and you deliver newspapers to your subscribers. If you do a good job, you keep your subscribers. As long as you don't lose all of your subscribers, the game continues. There's also a thing where you have to figure out a way to earn new subscribers, and usually that's done by pelting their house with newspapers. You give them a newspaper, they might stay around. They might go ahead and sign up. You can run out of newspapers if you don't pick up bundles of papers on your route. You can also be taken out by a bunch of different random debris. There's remote control cars, there's just kids laying on the sidewalk kicking their legs, and random bicycle wheels rolling out of the driveway and down the street, and dogs will chase you, tornadoes. There's even an instance where the Grim Reaper will just be out in somebody's yard. So yeah, it's a dangerous neighborhood. This neighborhood is frightening. Thankfully though, this game controls really well. It's not arcade perfect graphically, but gameplay wise it is. It's pretty astounding how good they did with this port, especially for a developer that I had never heard of before. Sound effects are pretty sparse. Some of them are pretty funny. The sounds of cars zooming by, or the sounds of crashes and stuff like that. All those things are pretty close to arcade accurate. And the only thing this is missing from the arcade sound-wise is the digitized voice that talks about how an amazing paperboy delivers, and blah blah blah. Well, at the end of your day every day, when you make it to the end of the block, there's a training course with a bunch of targets for you to pelt with newspapers and jumps and ramps and little bridges and all kinds of stuff. And you make it to the end of that, and yeah, you celebrate with the 3 people in the bleachers that are cheering you on. Paperboy ain't a bad video game. Like I said, it's arcade perfect, and I was surprised at how much fun I would have with something like this. Don't ask me about the sequel because I've never actually played Paperboy 2, but I've played enough of the original to know that this port pretty spot on. Now, if you want a copy of Paperboy, I'ma say you can pay between 10 and 20. I would be prepared though to pay about between $20-$23. That'll probably be the ceiling for a loose cart. But you shouldn't pay a wildly ridiculous amount of money for this game. And it's a good game to boot, so you know, you should go ahead and throw some money at it. Also, if you have a console that had it, the arcade port of Paperboy is on Midway Arcade Treasures Volume 1, and I think it's on Midway Arcade Origins. So pick either one of those up if you want to play the arcade version of the game. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow.
8-Bit Animal.
Tomorrow. Hey, look it's an old SNK shmup that isn't Vanguard. I guess I'll try it.